Small donors on track to give up to $3 billion collectively to Democrats by the 2020 election. And Kristen, you've been following this trend. You tend to look at campaign spending.
Yes. So we have $3 billion, right, for this entire cycle so far, but $1 billion just this year alone, just in 2019. And in the third quarter, so ActBlue actually just released their third quarter numbers. Small dollar donors gave $297 million just this last quarter. Now, I want to put that into contrast, of course, with what the Republicans are doing. So they have this platform called Win Red, which was their, I guess, answer to ActBlue, which is their online fundraising platform. And their donors only gave $30 million in the third quarter. Now, this
from individuals.
Yes, from individuals. That was about 640,000 donors for the Win Red platform.
But overall, they have raised more, right?
Yes, overall they are raising more. When you consider Donald Trump and the RNC, he raised $125 million in Q3. So just one candidate up against the 20-something candidates that we have over on the Democratic side that only pulled in about $300 million, which is pretty incredible. And they're actually, I know we're saying they're giving big, but in reality, they're actually giving pretty small sums, under $30, $28 a person, or each time they donate. So what this is showing is this is ramping up to be one of the most expensive elections that we've seen. We saw the midterms be the most expensive yet. This now, the general, definitely going to blow, I think, those numbers out of the water. Donald Trump himself says he wants to raise and spend $1 billion by himself.
One of those distressed golf courses.
But every election is the most expensive since the last one. The president has been able to capitalize on the scandals.
Yes.
For instance, Ukraine, I mean, the small dollar donations increased dramatically.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because literally in my phone, I have gotten just text after text after text asking him, or he's asking me essentially to give him money, right? He texted me during the Democratic debates. He's asking people to join his impeachment defense team. And so you're seeing with at least the impeachment inquiry, a lot of donors are really starting to ramp up that donation.
But just to be clear here, just to break it all down, and given those numbers we've gotten from each side, the Democrats are getting more people are giving, more individual citizens are giving, but they're raising an overall less amount of money. Whereas Trump, if the minority of the donations are coming from actual individual people, the rest of the money are coming from large donors and corporations, presumably. Yes?
Okay, so this is what's very interesting about Donald Trump that has been unusual for the Republican Party. Small dollar donors typically do not give to Republicans. They usually get most of their money from the big whales and from super PACs. Donald Trump is the exception. Donald Trump has actually been able to motivate the small dollar donor base in a way that no other Republican candidate ever has. And that's why you see him actually able to go not just toe to toe, but actually beat the Democrats when it comes to those small dollar donors. That's usually where they pull in all of their money.
People in middle America who are still riding with him, who became Trump supporters. Maybe they're farmers.
I would bet you it's people on the East Coast and the West Coast too who give those small dollar donations. They may not answer polls correctly, but I bet you there are people. It's not just middle America.
Right. We like to think that a lot of middle America is the only one that's voting for Trump and also giving him a lot of money. We know that not to be true.
Huge swaths of Connecticut and the state of New York.
Right. New York is not all blue. I mean, the city is blue, but Long Island, red. Upstate, red. So these are all the people that are giving money to his campaign in small amounts, and he's been able to mobilize them. And that success, when Red tried to create that platform, trying to capitalize on that success, it's not translating to the other Republican candidates. It's just Donald Trump.